I overcame anxiety. I would blush. Society teaches us that there's something wrong with us. But hypnosis helped me. Hi everyone, I'm Mark. I'm a hypnotherapist and I specialize in helping anxiety sufferers. And today I'm going to be sharing a very personal story with you. I'm going to be sharing my story of how I overcame anxiety and the powerful healing methods that helped me to transform my life. Before we begin, everyone's different. Everyone experiences life differently. Things that work for me may not work for you. If you want my tailored assistance to help you overcome anxiety, check the description for a link where you can book a free 20-minute call with me to find out more about hypnotherapy and how it can help you specifically. Also, in the description, you'll find a link to my free depression and anxiety workbook. Anyway, back to me and my journey with anxiety. I can't remember when I first started experiencing anxiety, but it didn't start becoming a real problem for me until my adult life. It affected my work, it affected my social life. Just going grocery shopping was difficult for me. My palms would get sweaty, my heart would start pounding, my face would go red, I would blush, and I'd notice these things, I'd try and fight against them. I thought there was something wrong with me for experiencing them. What resists not only persists but becomes stronger. So the more I tried fighting against these feelings, the stronger they became, the more anxious I became. My mind would spiral with what if scenarios. After trying various approaches, I discovered some very powerful methods that really helped me on my healing journey, really helped me to change my relationship with my emotions, to start to reduce my negative self-talk. I'd like to share with you what worked for me. So the first thing I did was to adopt a mindfulness practice. And mindfulness enabled me to start to understand my triggers. And we are all taught to identify with our thoughts and our feelings. Most of us believe that we are our thoughts and our feelings. Through having a regular mindfulness practice, I was able to start to externalize those thoughts and feelings. I was able to start to see them as separate from myself. And a lot of the thoughts I had, a lot of the thoughts you have are introjects. They are things that have been put into your mind by other people. Your thoughts are not your own. So there's many ways that you can practice mindfulness. You can sit and focus on your breath. Hypnosis is a focused state of attention. So by having regular hypnosis sessions, that could be self-hypnosis, it could be visiting a hypnotherapist, you will start to cultivate mindfulness. You could also start keeping a journal to track situations that trigger your anxiety. Becoming more mindful enabled me to notice patterns I hadn't noticed before. And sometimes the things that I thought were triggering my anxiety weren't triggering my anxiety at all. Hypnotherapy for me was a real game changer. I was skeptical of hypnotherapy at first. I was suspicious of hypnotherapy. I thought it was mind control. I remember in my younger years, I used to watch Paul McKenna on TV and see him getting people doing all kinds of cringy stuff. I didn't find it very comfortable. It made me cringe. So I wasn't keen on hypnosis, but hypnosis helped me to access my unconscious mind, where patterns are stored, where patterns that were causing my anxiety. Hypnosis is also a very relaxing state, and the more you take time to relax, the easier it becomes to relax. If a child grows up in a dysfunctional environment, the emotional part of their brain, the amygdala, actually increases in size. The thinking part of their brain, the neocortex, decreases in size, making them more prone to issues with emotional regulation. So hypnosis was part of my daily relaxation practice, and it actually enabled me to rewire my brain. During hypnosis sessions, I could safely explore past memories and things that had led to my anxiety. And hypnosis, because it can be a very relaxing state, it can allow you to start to desensitize traumatic memories. Every time you access a memory, you change it, and your memories can be influenced by your state when you access them. So if you access a very traumatic memory when you're nice and relaxed, you'll actually start to release some of that trauma. And with many of my clients, I use techniques that mean they don't even have to remember traumatic memories in order to release the negative associations that they have with them, to release the trauma and anxiety that those memories are causing. I learned self-hypnosis techniques for daily calm. Hypnotherapy allowed me to literally rewire my nervous system and my response to stresses. I started with mindfulness, progressed on to hypnotherapy, but it wasn't until I found inner child work that I really began to notice massive changes in my life. And many people, again, they are put off inner child work. They think it's about having a victim mentality or blaming their parents. Inner child work isn't about blaming your parents. It's about becoming a good enough parent to yourself. As children, we need what are known as good enough parents. A good enough parent provides unconditional love, unconditional acceptance. So through inner child work and inner child healing, hypnotherapy, you can actually visualize yourself connecting with your inner child and giving yourself that love and acceptance that you needed as a child. And again, it's not about blaming parents. Everyone's doing the best they can with what they have. Many parents carry their own trauma, their own inner child wounds, and they will often parent the way they were parented. And as children, we all become shamed out of our emotions. Society teaches us that there's something wrong with us if we feel anxious or depressed. So inner child work is about letting go of all of those beliefs, all of that past conditioning. I wrote letters to my inner child. I found old photos of myself as a child and looked at those photos and took time to reconnect with that younger version of me. Hypnotherapy enabled me to create safe spaces in my mind, spaces where I could nurture my inner child. So much of the anxiety I was experiencing was related to childhood experiences and unresolved childhood wounds. Through inner child work, I was able to heal those wounds. I was able to release trauma, desensitize those experiences, and I noticed a massive drop in my anxiety levels through doing that. My adult self became stronger. I developed a daily routine. I integrated mindfulness, light stretching. I enjoyed doing yoga and qigong, self-hypnosis, inner child work. I wrote down things that I was grateful for. I gratitude journaled. Every day I would look for 10 things that I was grateful for. I'd write them down and why I was grateful for them. I don't tend to do this as much now, but I always look for positives in the world. I always look for what's going well. I still try to practice gratitude, although I don't journal as much as I should. I discovered that any kind of movement helped. I enjoyed walking in nature. As I said, I enjoyed yoga and qigong. My favorite pastime, my favorite physical activity was cycling, and I cycled for hours and hours. The key is consistency, not intensity. Working with experienced professionals who specialize in helping you to overcome anxiety can help you to learn powerful tools. They can guide you in finding and integrating different healing modalities. One of the biggest lessons for me was learning that healing isn't linear. Some days I would feel more like practicing mindfulness. Some days I would feel more like doing inner child healing hypnosis. The key is to set clear goals, to have multiple tools and modalities that you can draw from. For those interested in exploring hypnotherapy and inner child work, be patient, be gentle with yourself. Check the description for a link to my inner child healing workbook and a link to find out more about my 4-week inner child program. Remember, seeking help isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. Whether that's traditional therapies, hypnotherapy, or inner child work, there's no one-size-fits-all approach, but the overwhelming majority of my clients find hypnotherapy and inner child work to be extremely effective. They find that combining the two really helps them to achieve the results they want. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and by liking this video and subscribe to my channel, you'll find more helpful content like this. See you next time.